What we're going to be talking about is long distance
Relationships.
So the opening question is going to be long distance relationships, girl, yay or nay?
I say yay.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. This is Sip and Spill, your go-to space for real talk, real life, and a whole lot of love. I'm your host, T, and with me is my co-host,
Stephanie.
And we're here to unpack highs, lows, and the in-between sips. So pour something warm, get comfy, and let's get into it.
As we mentioned before, we met through a mutual person, which was our ex. Our bond was created over my son, which is her bonus baby. And from there, we developed a strong relationship and became best friends. And now we're here to tell our story of how the bond grew.
And it wasn't always roses.
No, it wasn't.
And when we tell the story to others, they look at us weird, thinking like,
are they crazy?
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
We are. We can attest to that. But we also are adult enough to see and know that
there's a bigger picture.
Absolutely. And that's Aiden. And we're teaching him and showing him that this is how adults
handle situations.
Absolutely. How they stay cordial, how they can even become
best friends
and be in each other's lives forever, because he includes me in everything. Well, they include me in everything that has to do with him, and even things that don't have to do with him. So I know that's hard for a lot of people to understand, but it is what it is.
And it never was what it ain't.
That part. So now we're going to transition over to the vulnerable moment. And in the last episode, I shared how I found my voice. And I did that because I believe so many people feel unheard. I want others to know they have a voice too. Now, let me show you how I use my voice. I made the decision to take a plea that was offered because I couldn't trust 12 strangers with my future. On top of that fear, actually, the evidence they were going to present was my rape exam. And it was going to show the interior of my cervix and my entire exterior under a blue light and a regular light. And honestly, this is not even a joke. I don't even know how the inside of me looks. Only my gynecologist does. So sharing, it is funny.
Because I was about to say, yeah, mine too. And then whoever saw me have a baby.
Exactly. So sharing that being shown to 12 jurors and the entire public, because it was going to be a public trial, that would have been like being raped all over again. And knowing that even if one juror disagreed with everyone else, it would have set him free, possibly allowing him to move next door to me and torment me. And I couldn't take that risk. So using my voice meant choosing a path that ensured safety for me and for others. Using my voice meant ensuring that my story was honored. And my voice led me to the resolution. And that's the power I want everyone to know they can find. And after everything, he did serve time. And because of the crimes he committed, he's being deported back to his home country. So I want you to know, I started backwards, but I started with the resolution for a reason. Because so many people don't believe that a resolution is possible. They don't think that, anything will happen. There won't be any justice. And in some cases, that is true, but not all cases, and especially my case. But I do understand there's so much backlash and pressure when you find the courage to speak up. People question, people blame. They ask, why didn't you call 911 sooner? Why did you let him in your house? Why didn't you fight back? Why this? Why that? But I need you to know, when you're in that moment, your body's in shock. You don't know how you're going to respond until it happens to you. And again, I want to be very, very transparent and clear. We're not sharing this story. I'm not sharing my story for attention or to get more views. I share it because I want people out there to know that their voice matters. And even in your lowest moments, their voice is their strength. So if you're listening and you need someone, please know you can reach out to me, and your voice is your superpower, and it can guide you to safety. So that was heavy. But I kept my promise. So for this week, that's all I'm going to share about my story. But stay tuned, because I will be opening up more in future episodes. So let's go ahead and shift gears. Enough with the heavy. All right, Stephanie girl, take it away.
So what you been up to, girl?
Oh, goodness. Let's see. I watched a documentary called Crash.
Oh, yeah, I did too.
Whoo, child.
It was a lot.
It was a lot, especially when you put yourself in the parents' position and on both sides.
Yeah.
Not just one, on both sides. And it's just like, I can't even imagine. I can't imagine. But when you look at the facts, like, did you see how fast that car hit? It was like 100 miles per hour.
Right.
It's like, what were you thinking and doing?
And I know, what was crazy is that her parents was riding with her and making excuses for her. And I get it. That's what we want to do for our children. But you got to hold your kid accountable.
You do. And the mom they're still riding.
Yeah.
She called them. I heard a call from in prison on TikTok, and she was talking about how she only got one book. She hasn't got her commissary yet and everything like that. And her mom said they should have a welcome package for new people. And
are you serious?
I'm not laughing at the story, y'all. I'm not.
It's the audacity.
There you go. Because this is jail.
Yeah.
This is where you go. You don't get those freedoms and those liberties and those privileges. You get that when you're out the other side.
And you earn that shit.
Absolutely. So I'm just like, she's like, the commissary needs her help. I need my iPad and all this. What am I going to do? I'm going to be bored. And I'm just like,
are you serious?
I was really like, the audacity. Like, neither one of them are taking this seriously. So let's let up off. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
They also are filing an appeal for her case. So that's in process.
Yeah, I believe it.
And they're saying, the mom is saying that the text messages that were actually sent was what's his name? Dominique.
Mm-hmm.
That he was the one saying that he was going to wreck the car. And it wasn't, what's her name?
I forgot her name.
Killer. Yeah. That's what Killer. They call her Killer. So it was actually him sending text messages that said that. So that was really crazy. So I'm interested to see how this
goes,
yes,
and just how everything goes. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
And whew.
And let us know what y'all think about that case in the comments.
Absolutely. What you think about the documentary period everything. Right. Like, what are your thoughts on it? We're not here to pass judgment or whatever. We're not here to
say what's right.
Right. And we're not here to create, chaos in our comments or anything. But, watching it and, you can't help but put yourself, when you're a parent, in the shoes of both parents. So
yeah.
But one other thing I got going, I have a 5K on the 20th, and it's with my bestie Kenna. She's the only crazy one enough this year that'll go with me, and it's called a mud run.
Period.
And girl, we are going to be in mud, and it's going to be like 17 obstacle courses.
Woo,
of course, it's going to be a 5K. It's going to be 3.1 miles or whatever.
Of obstacles, okay.
Yes. So the bad part is she is just as silly as I am and laughs at everything. When me and her went fishing before, I had my Sperry
shoes,
duck boots on, and girl, I slid on a rock and fell at this. She could not stop. She didn't even help me up.
Oh my God.
She said, girl, here's hand. You need help. No, girl, she could not. And when I tell you she was dying, girl, that next day I had a pink bruise. Girl, by the end of that week, it was purple, pink, blue, orange, yellow, green, everything. Like, if I was with somebody, they would have thought that it was something else. Absolutely. Girl, when I tell you, and it was sore. It was so sore. So my point is,
needless to say, it's going to take about 5 hours for
girl,
you to
this
finish
this. Funny. It's going to be funny. It's going to be funny. So we're wearing all black, and we're going to have waterproof little pouches for our phones, because of course we're going to want to take pictures as we're going. But yeah, we're probably going to have mud all in our hair and everything, and it's going to be down in Georgia and near where she lives. So I'm excited for that.
That sounds exciting. I haven't quite decided if I was going to do it yet, so it's up in the air.
For her.
Is it too late?
It's the 20th. Girl, if
next
you
month?
haven't decided this month. If you haven't decided by now, you are not going to do it. Well, you have
right
next year to prepare, though.
Yeah.
Because my kids are going to come down from Buffalo, and they're going to do it next year. And we got some other friends doing it, and she's definitely going to do it. Or she's going to at least be there to support. So
something else that we've been talking about is redecorating our rooms, right?
yes.
So I'm going for a more animal print with a dark type of classy chic look, and I think you're going for.
I'm going for like a
fairy tale
whimsical chic look. Well, I'm not gonna do the sheer things, no, but it's going to be white with ruffles and just
girly.
Yeah, because I'm a girl. I mean, I'm a girl. Like, it's not going to be masculine. I'm not a man, and there's no man that lives with me or anything. So yeah, it's definitely going to be very just girly,
very demure.
Yes,
very chic.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. Because it took me forever to want to even redecorate. Like, I just really started. So yeah, I'm excited.
And then for me also, I just booked the family reunion, so I'll be working on their order the next couple of weeks. So that's going to keep me pretty busy.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And we also got Juneteenth coming up, so I'll be working on that kind of stuff.
Okay. So if you guys want any Juneteenth t-shirts, or
I'm your girl.
A family reunion, or anything coming up, a wedding party, any of that,
I'm your girl.
Custom designs, t-shirts and all.
And I think that's about it. I don't have anything else going on this month. I am thinking about doing a course on how to make t-shirts and stuff. So.
Oh, but you make t-shirts?
Well, to teach other people.
Oh, got you. You're gonna be an instructor. Yeah. Okay, girl. You better
online.
Get it.
Online.
You better get
so,
it.
Yeah.
Hey, get it where you can. That's how you do it. I love that. I do. I love that. You'll be a great instructor. Just,
speak up.
Your voice a little.
Speak up.
All right. So does that wrap up our day-to-day? All right. So now we're going to transition into our main topic.
Yes. Are y'all ready?
Yeah. So what we're going to be talking about is long-distance relationships. So the opening question is going to be long-distance relationships, girl, yay or nay?
I say yay.
And why?
Because I enjoy meeting different people that's not in my city. Mm-hmm. And you get to learn about different. Well, for me, it's more like the mindset. Like, of course, like Western people, Northern people, Southern people, and all those different type of people. They think differently,
I sure
and they
think differently.
They see the world through a different lens.
Absolutely. And we're more open-minded, I feel.
Yeah.
Not saying that everyone here is closed-minded, but we are absolutely more open-minded and diverse in just
more
everything.
Things. Yeah. And it gives me somewhere to go to visit on a regular. So, yeah, those are my reasons. What about you?
I definitely am going to have to
agree.
Agree. I think it's a yay. I think long distance relationships definitely can work as long as there's trust, there's communication, and effort and consistency on both parts. It can't just be one-sided all the time and me coming to see you all the time. Yeah. No, bring your butt down here and see me as well. So yeah, it's a yay for me. And like you said, meeting people think different in different places. Yeah. So I love that. So my next question is: have you ever been in a long distance relationship?
If you consider 2 hours, an hour and 30 minutes away, yeah. Have I dated several people long distance? I have.
Okay. And I will agree. Yes, I have dated long distance. And again, yeah, if an hour and a half, 2 hours or whatever is long distance, I guess somewhere I can't just go next door or the next couple streets over.
It takes you more than an hour is long distance.
Yeah, they're okay. All right, so that's cool. So yes, I have dated. I have not been in a long distance relationship though, but I have dated someone in a different.
What are some of the biggest pros for you when dating long distance?
So I remember one person that I dated long distance, and it actually went very well. And what I really loved was how intentional everything felt. The dates were honestly some of the best dates I've ever been on. And that's yeah. So we would travel to each other's state, explore different places together. And we really made the most of our time. And I enjoyed that. And I also think that the distance made us appreciate one another more because we couldn't take the time that we did have for granted. We had to make the most of everything, And so I really enjoyed that. That's just some of the pros. I'm not going to go through my whole list, and so what about for you?
I feel that when you're dating somebody long distance, it shows you that you can build something outside of the physical.
Yes.
Because you're not there with them on a regular, right? You don't have access to them physically on a regular. So you get to really see if that connection is beyond the physical. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it's less pressure to rush, right? Because you can't access the person again on the regular. So you're not like, hey, we got to spend this much time together. We got to do this. Even though we want to be intentional when we're dating, it just shows you like how patient are you.
Yeah.
Right.
When there's a barrier there.
Right. And what creative things can we do to make this relationship or build towards a stronger relationship at a distance? So those are a couple of mine.
That's cute because then that's when it comes to let's FaceTime and
have a movie.
Yeah,
night.
have a movie
right.
night or let's eat dinner
right.
together. Like,
yes.
Yeah, that makes it just makes
it interesting.
Clever.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like,
so what do you guys think about that? If you had to date somebody and it was online or long distance, would you feel weird having dates over the phone?
I wouldn't. Girl, I'd go straight to listen because you already know me. I'm gonna go to a coffee shop real quick with some books, Barnes and Noble,
and say, "Read with me."
Yeah, baby. Let me read you a chapter.
Period.
Exactly. Or whatever. So I would love something like that.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Okay. So what are some of the cons?
Oh, the cons. Of course, it's hard, and of course you miss each other. Not being able to physically be there during certain moments and trying to balance schedules and communication. It can definitely make things more challenging at times, especially, moments where, they're having a hard time or they're not able to give 100% that day. And, they're only able to give 60. Right. And you need to put in the 40 or whatever, but you can only do that through, words of reassurance and assurance and text or voice notes or phone calls. Sometimes you just want to be there in the physical, but you can't, and vice versa, because I'm pretty sure that, they would want to be there for you during, your challenging times and things like that. So I feel that those are a couple of the cons. Okay. But I feel, hold on, but let me say this, because I feel that sometimes you can live in the same city as someone and see them once a week, right? So that's 4 times a month. And if you are dating someone that lives an hour and a half or 2 hours away, and you go there for the weekend, in 2 weeks you've seen them 4 times. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of the same. Yes, right. It's no, you can live right next door, down the street to someone, and still don't see them. Yeah, right. And don't have that connection, that deep connection that you would with somebody from out of town. So I really feel that it's kind of the same, depending on the person. Right. Some people want to see you every day, all day, but some people you see them once a week.
I will say this. I feel like I've dated way better people out of town than I have in my own city.
I will agree.
And this is no shade to the men in Chattanooga, but
no shade.
It's just what it is.
The
like
truth. Our experience. It's our experience. So you can't argue with our experience.
Right. And it's more intentional.
Oh, absolutely.
They're way more intentional. Lack of support, you won't be able to have as much support, but you don't always have that anyway when you're local, sure. Right? Because people are busy with their day-to-day life. But I feel like when you're long distance, they would be more intentional about making that time. Some of my cons would be they're able to hide things more, right?
Absolutely.
Hey, let me take these pictures off the wall and, those kind of things. So what's up? Right.
Yes.
But hopefully we don't have to experience that. Right. You can fall in love with somebody's potential because you don't see how they actually move on a regular basis, like you would if you was in the same city. And hell, they could still do the same thing in the city. So loneliness, again, like you're not able to, those nights when you're alone and you want to just snuggle and they're not available, you have to wait till you see them again. So yeah, those are some of my cons.
All right. So do you have any personal experiences that you would like to share in regards to long distance?
I actually dated this guy that and it was a good experience. He lived up north. He lived up north and he would travel down south. I won't say locations. He would travel down south, which is close to me, every other weekend. And every weekend that he did come, we did spend the weekend together. And we went on dates. We did things together. We did stuff together, business wise or whatever. And he was probably the most intentional man that I probably had dated in a long time. So, but
yes, I do have my own experience, and I will say it was a very good experience. It was one of the best experiences that I've had actually down here since I've lived in Chattanooga. And it's been with somebody who lived long distance.
right.
And again, that's no dig to anyone that lives. It is what it is. And when I say this man was very, very intentional, he was intentional about coming to see me, intentional about me coming there to see him, intentional about our dates. Like our dates were just out of this world.
Right.
And he was intentional. I met his family, I met his kids, and everything was intentional, and so we didn't have any bad blood or anything. I think that at the time we both wanted different things, and that's okay.
Right.
And we said, maybe in the future we would revisit things or whatever. But other than that, we had an amazing time together. Right. And that's one of the most intentional men I have ever met. So let's go into our last segment with Miss Stephanie.
Let's go. So we're in our last segment for our secret question. This is a segment where nobody knows what we're going to ask. We don't know what each other's going to ask, and so we're on the whim. Okay. So, T. Oh, God. I know we just got started with this podcast, right? But I want to ask, who do you think will be most likely between me and you get us canceled?
To get us canceled?
Yeah.
As far as this podcast?
Or if we was on a TV show or a radio show, who would get us canceled first?
Oh God, me. And
I have to agree.
Between the two of us, it would probably be me. Girl, we would get canceled, blocked, left on red,
restricted,
all of that. And it's not because I'm a disrespectful person or I'm just crazy and unruly. It's none of that. But what it is I don't mince words.
Right.
I don't at all. I speak my mind. And not everyone is ready for raw honesty. Right. So
she'll give it to you.
Yeah, and you have this gentle, nuanced way of seeing things. So people don't take your words as harshly.
Right.
Now,
unless I'm mad.
Yeah, exactly. Now, don't get me wrong. I deeply care, but I'll challenge what I think is wrong. And even if it's uncomfortable for the other person, I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to say it. And I think that's where it becomes an issue or whatever, because people don't want to hear the truth
all the time. No.
They don't.
Or at all.
And that's a problem. If somebody can't tell you about yourself, and I've had somebody say, how you going to tell me about me? You've been in your body for 40 something years
and still acting like this.
Exactly. So you mean to tell me someone can't check you? Someone can't politely tell you how you're making them feel? But so we're not even going to get into
right.
So anyway, I might be a little spicy, but hey, that's part of my charm.
I'm sugar, she's spice.
Yes, with me, you'll always know where I stand, and you'll also always know where you stand, or whatever. Even if it ruffles a few feathers, it just is what it is.
It never was what it ain't.
That part. Okay, so we'll go to me next.
Okay.
If you could, and I have two, by the way. If you could eat one fruit for a week, what would that fruit be?
Banana.
Why?
Because I like the way it's shaped.
Mimi. You won. I take that back, y'all.
I gotta remember that answer.
The network about to run just be like,
what? Did she just
pick the wrong two people? Okay. Well, I am going to say watermelon. And the reason is because it is hydrating. It leaves you feeling light and airy. And it may send you to the bathroom maybe 1 or 2 or 10 extra times, but you're gonna feel great, and hydrated. Like banana and watermelon are both healthy, so I thought maybe you was gonna say because of the potassium in it, and I have a lot of leg cramps. But your reasoning is great. I mean, hey, it is what it is. It never was what it ain't. Like, real talk. Okay. So did you have another question or no?
I do. So it's kind of a more of a serious question, not a silly question.
Okay.
But it could be funny based on your answer.
Okay.
What red flag did you ignore because you was attracted to a person?
Oh, Jesus. Oh God. Yeah, this is a good one. I ignored the red flag of someone wanting to be seen in public with me.
Oh.
I dated this man for like 6 months, right? No, I'm lying. I dated him for like 3 months and we went on one date in those 3 months. Now, granted, we did see each other weekly when time permitted, when allowed. However, this man would go out of town and do all these other things, and I'm
They
just
never had time for you.
and so when I said something about us not going on a date, you want to know what guess
what he said? What did he say, girl?
Well, if you wanted to go on a date, you should have just asked. But then got mad at me for saying, we bringing it up, the fact that we have not gone on a date.
Let's rewind that. He said what? That you got to ask?
He said that if I need to go on a date, I should have just asked. And he said I was getting around to it.
Oh, 3 months later, huh? Interesting, right?
But was in love with me. Guys, just because we are reverting back to our past doesn't mean we're stuck there. Doesn't mean that we hold any resentment or any feelings there. We are sharing our stories
and our journey.
Right. Because other people possibly have went through this or whatever. We look at some of it as comical now.
Right.
And because we're over it, so I don't hold any ill feelings towards anybody that I'm speaking of with regards to these situations. And they are factual. I'm not going to lie and sugarcoat anything. They're factual. But I just want it to be known that we're sharing our stories to inspire and to pour into other people and to let them know that, even we have gone through some weird stuff. So it's not just to, spill the tea and to embarrass anyone. And it's not for us to, rehash the past. It's for us to share or whatever and build community, and let them know we're not embarrassed. Don't you be embarrassed either, honey. The worst has happened to us. Trust me.
Right.
So,
and we made it.
Yes. So that question back on you.
What red flag did I ignore? Man, it's tall, handsome, bald-headed, bearded man. I tell you. They smoke cigarettes.
Oh, and you are an absolute zero tolerance for cigarettes.
No, I do not. I won't talk to anybody. I overlooked it just to give it an opportunity because he looked good.
Why do other people think that you want to get lung cancer just because they want to get lung cancer?
Right. I already got to deal with walking past somebody. Why I want to be in the house with them? I guess I should have thought about that before I said continue on with that. So.
But you know what's crazy? Men, they stand on their standards. Because if it was vice versa and you smoked, he'd have been like, absolutely
not.
Right. I'm not catching cancer because you want to catch cancer. And if it was vice versa on me, he'd be like, you act like you're embarrassed. You don't want to go on no dates with me. You don't want to be seen out in public. No. I'm not sure why, us women don't, stand to our, stand 10 toes down on our standards. And I'm not going to say all women.
I know some women that do.
Yeah, some do. But some of us don't. And we have learned because we do now. 10 toes down.
10 toes down.
I might have 2 extra ones. But we're going to see. We're going to see how this feels now, how this goes. So, do you ever worry that being so open on this podcast may affect your dating life?
Yes. The person I had probably dated before, and when we was talking about doing the podcast, did not want me to do it. He didn't think it was a good look, and he didn't want to feel like he had to protect me because of the comments and stuff like that. So I definitely think that it could, but I feel like the right person that's supposed to be aligned with me will be okay with it. So you win some and you lose some.
Yeah, and I can see that being, a problem. Well, not so much of a problem, but I can see that being something that he would feel some type of way about, but we're gonna get negative and positive feedback from
Don't matter what we
anything we
do.
do. So and I guess he's feeling like it would be out there, for the world and for him to see, but that's when you just gotta have thick skin, but
Right.
I can't tell anyone else how to be and how to view things or whatever. So but that is, a thought, and it is a worry, and we thought about that
Yeah.
before we even decided to come on air, that we were going to have positive and negative feedback,
right.
and we have thick skin. The stuff that we have been through, we have thick skin. So I guess for me, sharing openly on a podcast, I want it to be known that it's about creating a space where people feel less alone. Um, if someone were to date me or wants to date me, I'd want them to understand that this is my way of helping others find their voice, especially from what I have been through and gone through. I'm not here to overshare or whatever, especially personal details about us, just for the sake of it. I will always respect our privacy, mine and theirs. And honestly, I believe the right person would not only understand that, but be proud of what I'm doing,
Right.
just because it's
Helping somebody else.
absolutely. And because I'd be just as supportive, for their passions or their dreams or their goals or anything they want to attain. So at the end of the day, it's about connection and purpose. And I know the right partner will see me in that light,
Right.
that way. But yes, there's always a cause of concern for, negative
Ridicule.
feedback.
Right.
Absolutely. And we're going to get that regardless.
So just it is what it is. It never was what it ain't.
Right.
I'm gonna keep doing that.
So I got time for one more question, one more secret question, guys. And this is just something that I have been wanting to know because someone kept bringing it up in a conversation, and I'm just like, so the question is, Stephanie, that I posed to you and myself: what is the definition of a simp? And first, I want to say how it was used in a sentence. Oh, so you want one of them simps? You think I'm just a simp? And I was just like, I don't even know what that is. And so then when I started watching things, I'm like, you think that being a simp is being nice to your woman?
Right.
Your woman, not situationship, not someone you're dating, not someone you're talking to, but your woman who is who is pouring into you and cherishing and adoring you, you feel that being nice to me is a simp. So, okay, go back to the question and your answer. What do you think that simp is defined as?
Well, so like you said, a lot of those things. I feel like a simp would, in a positive light, is that somebody's just gonna take care of their woman. And when I say take care of their woman, they're emotional, they're sensitive to their needs, emotional needs and mental needs. Somebody to just love their woman. Like, so yeah, that's what I think it is. I don't think it's somebody that let the woman walk all over them. You know what I'm saying? They really cherish the woman that they have.
Mm-hmm.
And however that looks for them. Like, it's not somebody that just walk all over them and treat them in a kind of way, talk to them in a kind of way. No, it's a respectable thing to be a simp for your woman. And I said your woman, not somebody you're dating. So
Interesting thesis. Because I see it differently. I see a simp being a man, because I guess a woman can't be a simp.
right.
I'm guessing. So I see it being a man who is dating or talking to a woman, and the woman has zero interest in him. And he is continuous doing everything, calling all day, stopping by, sending flowers, wanting to go on dates and everything. And this woman is being very disrespectful and, going off on, I don't want you, I don't want to be with you, blah, 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 giving him the cold shoulder and all that. And he's continuously trying and trying and trying for someone who's not his woman.
Right.
That's how I viewed it. So I feel that any man who's doing this for his woman could never be a simp, because this is your woman. This is your woman. She's showing you love, pouring into you.
You're right.
It's the reciprocal type of thing. How can you be a simp when you're reciprocating what she's giving out?
Right.
So you being nice to your woman, how the hell is that a simp? You wanting to post your woman or appreciate your woman by taking her on a trip or buying her a car, or this, your woman, your girlfriend, your wife. How can you be a simp when these are simple things? Like, it's bare minimum to be nice to your woman.
Right.
How is that simp behavior? Like, everyone calls Russell Wilson a simp.
Wait a minute. Well, he is a simp. He's a simp for Sierra.
He loves his wife. He loves their family.
It just depends on how you want to look at it, though. Because it could be that he's a simp for his wife in a positive way. Like, he just loves his wife.
They're not looking at it in a positive.
Right.
They're ridiculing him. You know what I'm saying? That, I don't know what, like, he shows her off. He shows so much love for her, and it's just like, it's starting to make, I feel that the way that society is looking at things like that, they're starting to make it seem like it's bad for men to love their women,
right?
To show their women off, to be nice to their women, to do something nice. However, it's expected for us to be soft and gentle and sweet.
Right. And catering.
Absolutely. So, how can we do that to a man that
doesn't provide the space for it?
That part. So
we want to know, men.
That part. What is your definition of a simp? How do you view it? How do you look at it? And do you think that being nice to your woman and respecting her and showing her off, showing that you're proud and appreciating her, basically reciprocating what she is pouring and giving into you, do you think that that is simp behavior for your woman? Not just for a woman that you're dating or a woman that you are talking to, but for your girlfriend, your fiance, your wife. Is that simp behavior?
Let us know down in the comments. So now that we finished our segment about the surprise sip, it is time for a sip of wisdom. And we're going to start with tea.
Yes. Okay, so now it's time for our favorite segment. Well, which is my favorite segment. It's What Did You Learn? And this is our chance to share something big or small that shaped us this week, today, or just in life in general. So, Stephanie,
what did I learn this week?
What did you learn this week, today, or in general? What do you want to share?
I have learned that reciprocity is important.
It's imperative.
Imperative, important, a mandatory thing. Because I say this because I used to be the one that want to give, and never receive. But I realize now that it is okay to receive. And it's okay that somebody treats you as good as you want to treat them.
It's okay for somebody to pour into your cup, baby girl.
It absolutely is. Mm-hmm. So for those out there that think you just got to give and not receive, who's going to pour into your cup and fill you back up when you're out here giving it? That's what I learned.
I love that. My turn. One of the most valuable lessons I've learned is to truly believe when people tell you where they stand emotionally. Real talk. Like, if someone says they aren't ready, let me think about it, or I don't want a relationship, no matter how much you care, no matter how much effort you put in, you cannot convince them otherwise.
Absolutely.
And it's not about how good you are. It's about respecting where they are.
In their journey.
That's all the capacity that they have. And once you accept that, you free yourself to find someone who actually meets you at the same level.
Absolutely.
There is no amount of convincing, no amount of me bending over backwards, frontwards, sideways, doing a split.
Standing on my head.
All that. Cartwheel, flip, all that. There is no amount of convincing someone who has it made up in their mind, I'm not ready for a relationship, or I'll think about if I'm ready for a relationship. Like, how the hell are you going to think about it?
Right. You should have been thinking about this whole time.
Exactly.
What were we doing?
Exactly. So that is what I'm gonna give y'all. Real talk.
That
Because
was
there's
deep.
so many of us that do this. And but for some people, we don't even try to convince. It's just who we are naturally. And so you have to pull back all that giving and acting as if you're in
In
a
a
relationship.
relationship. If they
You
ain't gave
know,
you a title, you ain't in one.
there you go. That part. So, with that being said, we're going to transition over to our closing with Miss Stephanie.
So sad that we have to go. But this is the end of today's sip. Thank you for joining us with Sip and Spill. Please like, comment, subscribe, and follow. I hope this conversation gave you something to reflect on. Keep sipping, keep spilling, and we'll see you next time. Sip and Spill with T and Steph.
That's right.
Peace.